Good day, everyone. By the way, I am Jessa M. Lumok, so your discussant for today. So today we will be learning together about speech and oral communication. So first, let's tackle first what is speech and oral communication. So here's a breakdown or a way of how to define what is speech and oral communication. So let's break out. So how to communicate with ease and clarity. So what is oral communication? So when we say oral communication, it is a process of conveying information. So it is where we can convey information, ideas, and feelings through what? Through spoken words. So it encompasses a wide of what? Range of interactions. Interactions from casual conversation or formal presentation or conversation. So it involves a it involves not just about it also words themselves, but also um it also not only for words but also not words, non-verbal cues like tone of voice, facial expressions, and body languages. So that is the oral communication. It also the exchange of information and ideas through what? Through spoken words. So when we say that is the oral communication. So when we say speech is the act of expressing thoughts and feelings. So through through articulated sounds. So it's a fundamental aspects of oral communication. So in that way, we can have a good communication towards the students and the teacher. When we say speech is the vocalized form of communication. So therefore, speech and oral communication, um, oral communication refers to the broad field of how we use spoken words or languages to convey, to interact with each other. So includes what? Includes the physical act of producing what? Producing sounds. Yes, the physical act of producing sounds. So it is where we can the use of language to create a meaning. So the various contexts in which we communicate with the others orally. So the use of nonverbal communication to enhance the meaning of the spoken words. So it is where we can have the meaning of the spoken words. When we say effective communication in English or any languages, any Mabisaya, Tagalog, or any kinds of languages, boils down to a few key principles. The first one is clarity and simplicity. So the key principles is clarity and simplicity. So we need to use concise language to convey meaning ideas. So we need to use concise language in order have no misunderstanding. Avoid overly complex sentence or jargon unless your audience is familiar with it. Of course, it is crucial for that to use that kind of languages. So be specific. So we need to be specific. We need to replace vague terms with concrete examples and details. Of course, we need to be specific in order to understand the meaning of we want to convey. We need to structure your thoughts. So organize your ideas logically using clear transitions between points. Avoid ambiguity. When we say ambiguity, we need to ensure your messages easily to understood and leaves no room for misinterpretation. So second, active listening. In in communication, you need to listen and understand. Active listening and understanding. You need to pay pay attention. Focus on what the other person is saying, both verbal mana or non-verbally. As clarifying questions. Of course, we need to ask clarification. If you're not unsure or if you're unsure about something, you need to ask for what? Something. So don't hesitate to ask for clarification in order to not have a misunderstanding. So paraphrase and summarize. If that is too long, you need to summarize of rephrasing that words that you want to convey or want to have to. What you've heard shows that you're actively listening and helps confirm your understanding to your messages. So be empathetic. So we need to be empathetic. So that means we need to try to understand the other person's perspective. We need to also to respect the feelings or the perspective of the person. Third, the third one is effective speaking and writing. We need to speak clearly and audibly. Yes, we need to communicate or enunciate your words and projects your voice appropriately. So use appropriate tone and pace. So as a teacher, we need to use that appropriate tone to have a good communication. Adjust your tone and speaking speed to match the context. Yes, and your audience. Yes, as a teacher, it's very crucial for that to use that kind of tone. So choose your words carefully. As a teacher, we need to use words carefully. We need to select words that accurately convey your meaning or the meaning and avoid offensive, offensive or inflammation or inflammatory what? Inflammatory languages. So pro offered and edit. So before we sending or any kind of written communication, we need to take the time to what? To re-offered to it for errors in grammar. We need to check that if it is grammatically error on spelling and punctuation. So it is very important in order to have misunderstanding. Consider your audience. We need to consider also our audience. Adjust your vocabulary and style to suit the people. Yes, of course, you're to communicating with people or person you want to communicate. So the fourth one is nonverbal communication. So in that nonverbal communication, we need to maintain eye contact. Eye contact. This shows that you're engaged and interested. So we need to use appropriate body languages. Body language. So we need to be aware of what your posture, facial expressions. We need to use that kind of expressions, happy, sad, or anything that we need to express ourselves. And gestures, of course, our gestures. And also, we need to be mindful of cultural differences. Yes, of course, that is very crucial. Nonverbal cues can vary significantly across cultures. Yes. So, the fifth one is adaptability and flexibility. So we need to be open to feedback. Yes, we need to be open to any kind of feedback because it is good for you to accept that kind of be open feedback. So welcome constructive criticism and use it to improve your communication. If the teacher critic or um, um, have feedback to you, you need to accept that. You need to adjust your communication style. Be prepared to adapt your approach on the situation and also the people around you or the people you're interacting with. So we need to also practice regularly. When we say that, it means that we need to, the more you communicate in the English, the more the more we comfortable and also confident. Yes, of course. Confident you will become. Practical tap tips. So in practical tips, we need to expand your vocabulary. Of course, read books, articles, and websites in English. Practice. We need also to practice speaking. In oral communication, we enhance our speaking skills. Engage in conversation with native or fluent English. English speakers not only speaking English but also other languages. Watch English language media. So we need to pay attention to how people communicate with the others in movies, TV, or shows, and also podcasts. So use online resources. So in that, there are many websites. Yes, websites and also apps that can help can help you to improve your English communication skills. So in that, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make a mistakes. So nobody's perfect. So everyone makes mistakes when learning, of course. Learning a language. So the the important thing is um to learn from them and keep on believing and practicing, not only to yourself but also around you. The significance of speech and oral communication can is profound, um, impacting nearly every facet of human life. So here's our a communication that we need to be built tomorrow, but anything else. So fundamental to human interaction. So social connections. When we say what is social connection, so in oral communication is the primary way we build and maintain relationships, and it also allows us to share experiences and express our emotions, uh, emotions, and connect with others to on a personal labels. So it foster a sense of community, and also belonging. And second, expression of self. A speech allows individuals to articulate, artic- articulate their thoughts, ideas, feelings, and giving them a voice, and enabling them to express their unique perspective. There's a lot of perspectives of the individual, especially in communication. It is a vital tool for self expression and personal identity. Excuse me. So special in various settings. So in education, oral communication is crucial. Why? Because oral communication crucial for teaching and learning. Lectures, discussions, and presentation rely on heavy on effective speech. So it enables students ask to ask questions, participate in discussions. So of course, it is very crucial to participate the discussion or demonstrate their understanding and professional life. So in the workplace, so oral communication is a very essential for meetings, presentations, and negotiations. So it is very crucial. It's essential for that, and also for that team building, teamwork. Strong communication. So in strong communication skills are highly valued by employers, and are often a key factor in career success. So business. So when we say business, oral communication is vital for what? Customers. Customers and other way of communication, services and marketing. So effective communication can build a trust, of course, trust, faster relationships and drive business, business growth. Problem solving. Of course, in speech and oral communication, it improves also our problem solving and decision making. So, oral communication facilitates the exchange of information and ideas, which is essential. Yes, essential for problem solving and decision making. So, it allows individuals to collaborate, brainstorm, and reach the consensus. So key benefits. So the key benefits of this oral speech and oral communication is the clarity and understanding. Communication allows for immediate feedback, yes, as I mentioned earlier, and clarification. As you can see, that we need to clarify our speech and oral communication, reducing the risk of misunderstanding. It enables to individuals to ask questions and ensure that they understand the message. Efficiency. So oral communication is often faster and more efficient than written communication. So that's all for today, and thank you, and God bless us all.